I get extremely irritated every time I hear someone say, he or she's too old to do that job. Now, I believe age is just a marker, like the markings on a tape measure. And discounting people because of their age without at least trying to see their ability to contribute is discriminatory. I may be older, but I think I'm still capable of performing just as well as I did 20 or 30 years ago when I was mayor of Denver and director of the Colorado Department of Transportation. But when my anger subsides, I must admit something to myself. I'm not the same person. I don't have the same energy. I don't concentrate as well as I used to. And the truth is, I don't even want the life I had back then, the working 70 or 80 hours a week, a life without balance. These kinds of jobs would require a commitment from me I would not be willing to give anymore. So yeah, that's right. I'm not the same person I was then after all. So knowing this about myself, why do I get so peeved when I hear these comments about elders being prevented from doing certain jobs because of our age? Why? Well, I think it's because I'm afraid of being dismissed by our society that no longer has a role for elders. But I must admit, this could also be my attempt to hang on to my past because I often judge it to be more important than my present. The goals and accomplishments were so much clearer. And perhaps this is why people sometimes stay in positions way too long. Not because they're power hungry, not because they're selfish, but because they're afraid. Afraid of becoming invisible, afraid of losing relevance, afraid that once they step aside, no one will need them anymore. The fear of change can keep people in roles long after their curiosity has faded, I found. But I think they stay because they don't know who they'll be when they leave. Or like me, they fear older age without respect and a valued role. Yet allowing people to hang on to their positions indefinitely is not right either. There's also something else I noticed throughout my career that's very important to remember in this issue. Even talented leaders can become stale if they stay in the same position too long. A CEO can feel it when they've reached this point. So can a politician. A teacher can feel it. A pastor can feel it. A business owner can feel that. A parent can feel it after their children leave home. I felt that I lost influence over my children's life after they moved out. For sure, I felt that. But the staleness I'm talking about makes it imperative that we not hang on to our roles. Now, I've begun to wonder whether there comes a time in life when our contribution must change. Maybe our greatest contribution isn't hanging on to leadership forever, but to become mentors to those coming after us to help them continue to find a way to create a better world. But here's the problem. Our society doesn't seem to know what to do with its elders. We celebrate youth, we value productivity, but where do people go when they're no longer climbing the ladder? Tell me, what is the role of an elder in a society that no longer has one? And maybe the question isn't whether older people still have value. Maybe it's whether we've just simply forgotten how to recognize it. Now, I don't have an answer to this, but with a growing elder population in this country, isn't this worth resolving?